All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between Moon versus 120. This game taking place here on Autumn Leaves. All of my valves and settings on my microphone stand completely changed, courtesy of my daughter. Let's go ahead and get get this game started. Moon spawning as the red knight off on the bottom left hand side of the map. Meanwhile, we are going up against 120, who has spawned as the green undead. Undead versus Night Elf in a 1v1 matchup should be a great matchup here, as we're looking at, a Crypt followed by a Ziggurat. Altar of Darkness is already down, and things are already getting underway. Off on the opposite side of the map, we are looking at an Ancient of War, Altar of Elders, and Moonwell. Should be looking at a Keeper of the Grove being trained up off over here by the Altar of Elders, moving along to an Ancient of War training up an Archer, and we'll see, what is really going to be going down in this matchup. Now, classic matchup here, and the tempo and the style of play has really started to just flatten out, and we are starting to see a bit more of a meta. Death Knight with some ghouls early on, going up against Keeper of the Grove with Archer, and then perhaps following up with that Demon Hunter. The second hero is a bit of a coin flip. But Demon Hunter has become much more popular, trying to mana burn and shut down the undead army. Hello, Dustwallow Dweller. Finally caught the actual start of a game. Yes, you did. Trying to get back into the swing of things in terms of my normal casting schedule. Last week, my girls had spring break. Therefore, just trying to go to sleep, trying to wake up, all of those things were thrown out of the window just a little bit. But now, hopefully we will get back underway. Ancient of War should be aggroing all of those creeps right there, and then, Archer should be aggroing those creeps, and then drawing aggro towards here as we see a quick ensnare going down on that Acolyte. Down to the south side here, Keeper of the Grove should be popping on out in just a moment. Meanwhile, off to the north, we should be looking at that Death Knight now making its rounds as well. The question is going to be, Keeper of the Grove, I actually made a mistake there. Keeper of the Grove did not get the experience as the Forest Troll Trapper was last hit by the Ancient of War. With that said, the Keeper of the Grove is extremely behind on experience. He should be significantly higher, and that is just bad and worse news. Death Knight now going after the 533 creep camp right in the middle portion of the map. Perhaps he's going to be trying to set up an expansion himself. Meanwhile, the Keeper of the Grove now running out across the map. He does have the Claws of Attack +5, which should help him try and shut down this expansion, but the overall experience race is definitely in favor of the Death Knight, who may actually be able to get to level 2 here if he is, if he is careful. All right, Ziggurat already taking quite a bit of pressure. We should look at that being canceled there in just a moment. A new Ziggurat already being placed down here. Wisp now being brought over. We could be looking at some detonation. There's a Wisp detonation as we see a couple of skeletal minions perhaps getting cleaned up there. Continuing all of this pressure here. The Death Knight now low on mana, wants to finish off that Wisp here as we are looking at the tree ends getting finished off, and the Death Knight gets to level 2. So level 2 advantage already straight out of the gate. Meanwhile, Moon trying to make his way inside here, perhaps trying to take down that low hit point Ghoul. Ghoul is regenerating hit points nicely on Blight, and there is still no Nerubian Tower, as this one Ghoul may end up getting taken down. The Treants are trying to get in the position off over here. It looks like a little bit of damage could be added. No, that Ghoul is now looking to back away as the Keeper of the Grove tries to get the last hit there. Are we going to see one final shot? Yes, we are, and the Keeper of the Grove gets to level 2. Not quite sure what 120 was doing, not denying that unit right there, perhaps hoping that a Death Coil would be in time. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Grove still continuing and that running around the map here. Keeper of the Grove now seeing that level 2 has access to Entangle and could perhaps put some pressure down onto the Acolytes themselves. Behind this, 120 should be looking to set up an expansion here. There is a Nerubian Tower, a couple of Ghouls, and an Acolyte there as well, as the Tech to Tier 2 has not been started, only to see dual Trees of Life, and now going into Huntresses. I don't believe that this was originally Moon's strategy, but now he is going into dual Ancients of War with dual Huntresses off of a Tree of Life Tier 1 strategy. This is not something that is seen normally as the Keeper of the Grove, or the Death Knight, now trying to make its way back over, wanting to pick up some Dust of Appearance. Should be able to pick it up from his own shop right here. Takes up the Dust of Appearance. Is he going to perhaps try and get a surround there, as the Huntress now able to back away in time? Coming back around on the other side, Nerubian Tower getting in some damage onto the Keeper of the Grove. Treants are also down over here as well, trying to rack up some of that damage. Ghouls are now trying to make their way back across. The Haunted Gold Mine down to 60 hit points. It does get cancelled, as the Nerubian Tower was not switching between targets. Low hit point Ghoul now going to be able to escape here. Death Knight now going after this Huntress here, as that Huntress is going to try and Shadow Meld once more. The Nerubian Tower needs to, well, that's a lot of micro for a need, but to try and slow down multiple units, as the Keeper of the Grove now could be in trouble. Keeper of the Grove down to 166 hit points. Is he going to use the Scroll of Town Portal to get away? Yes, he will. There is an Acolyte getting taken down. A Huntress down over here was able to escape as well, as we are looking at re-haunting of that gold mine. Moon, with the very heavy pressure, now already going to be coming back. Well, and this is one of the strengths of Night Elf during the early game, being able to, well, put in a pressure continually after nightfall because of those Moonwells. Instead of putting in that pressure right now, he is actually looking to set up an expansion of his own, and he will not be getting to level 3 off of this 533 creep camp, but should be able to pick up some good items once more. All right, Tome of Intelligence adding in a little bit of additional damage, 2 extra points, bumping up that Keeper of the Grove up to 35 damage on the higher end of that ranged auto attack. Coming back down to the south here, we're looking at the Huntress is about to be engaged here. We are looking at a couple skeletal minions, as the Huntresses are not trying to engage here. Are we going to see perhaps this Huntress perhaps be able to get taken down? No, he is not. We see a bit of swarming action from all of these units here, as we see a quick entangle go down, trying to finish off one of those ghouls. One ghoul now taken down, and that perhaps may be exactly what Moon is looking for, just trying to slowly and surely pick away all of these ghouls and get to level 3 on this Keeper of the Grove, now having access to 2 more entangles once more. There goes another ghoul as well. Dust of Appearance trying to reveal all of those units, and even with all of that said and done, 120 is actually in a bit of trouble, as the Keeper of the Grove is really winning out in this war of attrition, trying to finish off another handful of units, perhaps going to get an entangle off onto that other ghoul there. And is he going to be able to get the entangle off right there? Death Knight now coming back across for that unholy aura, and Moon going to take this opportunity to instead put pressure onto the expansion. Treants now making their way back out. An additional Treant joining in, showing level 2 on that Force of Nature, as the Keeper of the Grove now being forced to pull back here. All right, Treant's able to stop a little bit of that mining, as the Keeper of the Grove wondering where should be trying to go next, as well there is a slight surround there, but up against the rocks, that also minimizes the amount of surface area that is on the Keeper of the Grove, and using the rocks and a bunch of art units surrounding him to actually act as protection. All right, Death Knight taking quite a bit of damage here. Treants could end up getting taken down, and Death Knight taking quite a bit of damage, trying to break free, down to 43 hit points, down to 24, and he is able to escape ever so barely, even running into a ghoul of his own, and almost would have been stopped. Unsummoning of the gold mine is now necessary to try and cut the losses here. Nerubian Tower fighting back, getting in a little bit of additional gold. Haunted gold mine will end up getting taken down. Still makes sense to take down the building, as that building continues to give gold up until it is destroyed. If you destroy it just that much more quickly, well, less gold is returned. Coming back through, Keeper of the Grove purposely wandering around a bit in a circle, and the Huntresses are just going to slot themselves back in this position here and take these units off one at a time. As you can see, the enraged Wildcat is trying to walk back before it starts to engage, and this is abusing the AI quite a bit, and if you're able to do that, you're just constantly mitigating damage. Death Knight does have a regeneration ability on him, and it wants to purposely keep away, as the Death Knight is only at 400 hit points. Now after that, level up. Death Coil for the steal, but the Keeper of the Grove does pick up the Boots of Quell to Loss. Keeper of the Grove at level 4. Goblin Shredder now making its way down here. Meanwhile, Skeletal Minion can easily get cleaned up once more, as the Sentinels are going to keep track of the expansions, making sure that his opponent is now currently behind economically. 120 taking this opportunity to tech to tier 3 while getting up that Lich. Should get that Orb of Corruption, but it's 29 supply compared to 45, and Moon is definitely winning and forcing an uphill battle for 120 here. Yes, there will be a nice power spike once the Lich is out alongside some Crypt Fiends and that Orb of Corruption, but that is going to be a long time coming, especially with Moon having the economic advantage trying to set up this Tree of Life down here. We are also taking the Tree of Ages as well by Moon, as units are still wandering around the map still. All right, Sasquatch going to get taken down. Forest Troll Warlord will be taken down as well. And the Keeper of the Grove may even get to level 5 before all is done and the next push is brought on. Death Knight level 3, Lich sitting at level 1. Tech to tier 3 about halfway done. Slaughterhouse is ready. Obsidian statues could be trained. A last Ziggurat is necessary, as we see the Death Knight and the Lich trying to just play and execute some perfect WarCraft 3 to perhaps stay in this game or not let Moon completely run away with it. Moon and now breaking into low upkeep as Ancient of Wars and other units off to the north are getting into position to fully saturate this gold mine. Off to the north here, a little bit of an engagement. Frost Nova coming across, trying to slow down some of those units. Skeletal Minions now making their way back over as well, as dual rods of necromancy here helping, or single rod of necromancy here trying to help all of those or these heroes try and do a bit more creeping. Lich does pick up a wand of mana stealing that may help. Obsidian statues are finally being trained up here as the huntresses finish off the remainder of this Sasquatch creep camp here at the Goblin Merchant Shop. Do we see a second hero? We do. It is a Demon Hunter. Tree of Ages now getting Nature's Blessing. And, well, the base of Moon actually pretty sparse here as we're going into dual Ancients of Lore. Moon and playing Night Elf thematically, I guess, building his base throughout the forest here on Autumn Leaves, and anywhere where there's a tree, well, why not build an Ancient there as well? Now, Moon is taking quite a bit of damage onto those Huntresses, but he could be purposely trying to free up some supply as well. Note's going to be backing away with those Huntresses, and he needs to get some Druids of the Claw out on the battlefield with Nature's Bless, or with Adept Training, excuse me, in order to heal up a lot of these Huntresses. These Huntresses are going to be taking quite a lot of this Moonwell juice, and if he's not careful, he may actually be a bit dry going into that next fight on those Moonwells. Death Knight now making its way down. Lich sitting at level 1. Dual Circlets of Nobility coupled with that Orb of Corruption gives that Lich already plus 9 damage. Much more threatening when you add in the fact that that Orb of Corruption also creates negative armor as well. Lich now trying to make its way back over. Dual Ancients of War acting as a bit of defense here, as the Ancient of Wars are just going to go ahead and engage. Staff of Teleportation, Keeper of the Grove now making its way down to the south here. There is one or two Obsidian statues in the back. A lot of damage coming back across. There's a Sentry Ward coming back down across here, as we are looking at a lot of healing as well. Those Ancient of Wars are able to get in quite a bit of damage as the units are now being forced to retreat back. Mana burn onto the Naga Sea Witch as the cold arrows are trying to slow down some of these other units. Obsidian Statue trying to heal up all of these units as well. But it's a bit of a lopsided battle. However, big heal there. No Anka Reincarnation onto the Death Knight. Death Knight will be getting back up here in just a moment without a problem. And now we see a beautiful use of, Shadow Meld to try and protect all of these Huntresses while creating a bit of a wall. All right, Orb of Corruption does not affect these Ancient of Wars, as the Obsidian Statue is working overtime to heal up all of these units down to the south here. 47 supply compared to 68. Army size significantly larger, as the Huntresses are now going to be trying to come in from the other side and perhaps flank some of these units. All right, level 2 now on the Lich. Frost Nova Death Coil onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter taking quite a bit of damage as the Demon Hunter finally backs away. Huntress is still getting in quite a bit of damage across the Obsidian statues, and taking out the glue that's holding the undead army together is very critical here, as the Ancient of War trying to get into position once again. All right, we're going to see the beautiful Shadow Meld on that Huntress at the last possible moment, as the Ancient of War roots itself and gets that fortified armor back. 48 supply. Oh, are we going to see one final shot? Yes, we are. Lich able to take down that unit with no problem whatsoever. Obsidian Statue now continuing to heal up, as well as the Obsidian Statue finally low on mana. A second Obsidian Statue will be needed. Meat Wagons also being joining in on the battle here, as this Obsidian Statue needs to back away, perhaps get repaired, or at least buy some time to replenish some of that lost mana. We're looking at 48 supply compared to 75, and it would be a catastrophic failure on Moon's part if he somehow lost this game in the next 10 minutes. He has an amazing, amazing lead. And he should be able to get to level 3 on this Demon Hunter shortly. Where is the Demon Hunter? Demon Hunter is actually a bit too far away, so without the Demon Hunter close by, the experience is going to be split. I thought it was going to be split between the Keeper of the Grove and the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter now making its way back over there as gargoyles are going to end up getting taken down. All right, Potion of Invulnerability needs to be picked up. The Demon Hunter really wanting that item right there. Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3 gonna be destroyed, leaving nothing behind for the Knight or Undead Army to try and pick up as well. All right, couple of units going to get cleaned up here. Sippers of Agility. And now here we go into an engagement. Meat Wagon trying to cause some problems here. Obsidian Statues. Well, big Frost Nova across the center. Disease Cloud causing some problems, as well as the Meat Wagon could turn back around and try to rack up a little bit more damage. Disease Cloud does chip away at the damage on those Dryads for quite a bit of time. Devour Magic right there as a ghoul could end up getting taken down. Meat Wagon, well, is it going to try and engage here? 58 supply compared to 71. And this was exactly what I believe 120 was hoping for. This little bit of turnaround right there, as we're looking at those Huntresses now getting punished. 58 supply compared to 68. Keeper of the Grove going to try and retreat, but the Demon Hunter and Keeper of the Grove with Potions of Invulnerability could cause quite a bit of problems. Lich still not yet at level 3, so not going to be able to frost or nuke down to that many units, as the Meat Wagons really need to engage against the Dryads. Here, Demon Hunter able to stay alive, mana burn, and it uses the Staff of Preservation for the save. Meanwhile, engaging here once more, and there goes another Meat Wagon as well. The Dryads now pretty much free to run around with no problems whatsoever. 65 supply compared to 54, as the Huntresses are now going after that Meat Wagon again. All right, getting in a little bit of damage before death there, as the units are still trying to engage here. Destroyers continuing to get taken down. Abomination trying to get into that frontline spot. Destroyers both very, very low on hit points. Two low hit point Destroyers trying to retreat into the very far back, as we see some Naga Sea Witch Lich action continuing to fight. Fork Lightning coming back through. Demon Hunter could end up getting taken down. Demon Hunter gets taken down. No Potion of Invulnerability. 48 supply compared to 51. What is going on here? Moon down to 51 supply here compared to 48, as 120 is able to put pressure once more. A new Meat Wagon joining in on the battle. All right, 50 level 5 hero going up against level 4, level 3, level 2 now. Dryad in a little bit of trouble. Resurrection on that Demon Hunter. Potion of Invulnerability not used in time, as Moon is setting up a third base. Hey, Burrow Rush, how you doing? Coming back down to the south here, Meat Wagon going to be, well, charging on in as well, perhaps putting down some pressure onto these expansions here. Main gold mine has about 4 minutes of mining left, so, well, unless 120 does something drastic, he needs to either finish the game here in the next 4 minutes or so, or really be behind economically, as he is down to 0 bases. All right, Lich gets entangled here. A little bit of a damage coming across multiple units. Meat Wagon's going to get into some problem. Well, 120 actually having the supply lead temporarily at 56, now 52 to 52 again, as both sides are still looking to engage. Naga Sea Witch trying to retreat back, but the Dryads able to get in so much damage across all of these units. Meat Wagons want to finish off some of these Dryads here, as the Demon Hunter is back in action and, well, perhaps going to cause a bit more problems. No Orb of Venom on the Demon Hunter, though, as we're looking at the Demon Hunter waiting to use that Potion of Invulnerability perhaps a little bit later. Staff of Preservation for the save. Once again, more damage still coming back across, as the Death Knight trying to chase down some of these units here. All right, Meat Wagon coming back over, joining in on the fight. 60 supply compared to 58. Goblin Shredder coming back in. Keeper of the Grove, well, trying to retreat back here once more, as we're looking at a Goblin Shredder could easily be taken out. Demon Hunter trying to escape down to 155 hit points. 1 or 2 more shots should finish off that last Goblin Shredder there, but level 3 now on that Lich. Still looking at level 2 on that Naga Sea Witch, as the Obsidian Statues are starting to get dry as well on that mana. All right, continuing this battle here once more. No more wisps in that gold mine. This Tree of Life is pretty much not worth saving, as 120 is coming back strong here. All right, there goes a big bit of damage. Demon Hunter trying to engage here. Druid of the Claw in adept training quickly gets taken down, giving level 3 to the Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch coming back around here. Major damage coming across, as the Huntresses and units are still trying to retreat back. Death Knight and, well, Meat Wagon's going to finish off the Tree of Life here, and the Meat Wagons were able to do enough damage, as Moon, well, gets that, well, cataclysmic shutdown he had an 80 or near 80 supply or 30 supply advantage over his opponent, but was unable to close out with that army size advantage. Death Knight sitting at level 4, getting very close to level 5, dual level 3 heroes supporting right behind, as the Demon Hunter, well, even with the potion of invulnerability, wasn't really able to capitalize as much as I thought he was going to be. All of these Moonwells are now bone dry abominations in that frontline spot. Demon Hunter gets taken down, level 5 now on the Death Knight. Blue Obsidian Statue is out here on the battlefield already, providing plenty of mana to destroyers. Could be jumping up into the air, and that is the game. Moon with the cataclysmic shutdown that I was completely not expecting. Let me know if you thought I made an incorrect call saying that Moon had a major advantage there. And let me know if you were shocked or surprised at the outcome of this match. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.